Hello, I'd like to share with you some information about our spine and our discs. The discs are like the cushion or shock absorption on the spine. They are in between the bones of your vertebrae. We have the most injured disc in our spine is the segment where your lumbar ends and your sacrum, your pelvis begin. That's L5S1. And a lot of the injuries that happen at that particular disc is when we're forward folding or bending over. And at the same time, we are twisting our body. So how do we prevent that? There's things that we do that are repetitive. And we probably do them in exactly the same way every single time. Let's say when you're driving, that you're looking back and see if there's another car coming in, if you're pulling out of your parking space or something like that. You might have the tendency of always turning your head in one direction and not the other. Well, the same happens when we sit and stand up. I'm guessing that you sit a lot. I don't know how many times we sit during the day, but the action of from standing to sitting down might be an action that we can do a little shift and engage in a pattern that can be beneficial. So, in general, when you're going to sit, I'm going to move this. There is something going on in our brain that maybe we're not sure the chair is going to be there waiting for us. So we start bending, and then we might be leaning one side and sit that way. So that means that you did a forward fold, like you bent over, and you twisted at the same time, which is exactly the action that gets us in trouble. So let's do an exercise with a chair that if you like it, it can be an exercise that you do every single time you're going to sit because you're going to get a little workout every time that you sit and every time you stand up. You want to put the chair in a place that you know is there, that you trust is there, so you're not going to be twisting and reaching for the side of the chair, okay? So if that means you need to put your chair against the wall to know it's there, please do. And you're going to have your feet about hip bone distance apart. The chair's right behind you. And you take your arms forward. That's going to help you with balance. And then you're going to start sitting. You press your heels down. Engage your abdominals. Maybe you can lean forward. I can help you a little bit more. And you go as slow as you possibly can to sit. And then to come up. Coming up is harder because gravity is going against you. You take your arms forward, you press your heels down, engage abdominals, you can lean forward and come up, okay? Now, if this is too hard for you because the chair is too low, I want you to start training yourself. You're gonna put something over the chair so the chair's a little bit higher. So let's do it again. You're gonna separate your feet about hip bone distance apart, take your arms forward, and then go into a little squat and find the chair and sit, and then coming up. And I want you to do that several times. The action, your feet are going to be pressing the floor, okay? You press the floor away to lift. So you do this with elevation until you feel like you got it. Your knees are okay, so you're not putting weight on the knee joints. And a lot of what we do sometimes is to get out of the chair, you're like leaning like that. Not a good thing for your knees. You want to feel that you're actually working the muscles, and you might feel a little bit getting warm, like maybe a little sweat. So imagine doing this every time you're going to sit and every time you're going to come up and stand up. After you do this with elevation, then put less, and less, and you train yourself. And then you're getting little workout and engaging your muscles to the bone and really getting stronger every time you're doing tasks or actions at home. You don't have to go to the gym to do it. There are some studies that say that is the most important thing in terms of exercising is not going to work out. Is the little things that are cumulative that you do every day. And you want to be doing things every day. Like instead of staying on the chair, every few minutes, get up, walk to the bathroom, or get water, drink water, come back. Include activities, movement practices throughout your routines of maybe sedentary routines that you do daily. Okay? Enjoy it, and I hope you practice it. It's a good one.